Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I told you I had another new mold that I made. Look at this one. It is a donut and a cup of coffee. So I thought this would be adorable. It could be an ornament, so that's what I'm going to make it into. And it is about the finished piece, 4 inches at its longest, 2.5 at its widest. So perfect, just like the other one was. So this is available if you're going to want it. I'm going to do this one in mix to mold as well. Now the next one I made I will be doing in resin because I think it's a little easier because there's several things I want different colors in here. So I don't want to do that many layers. I don't want to mess around with UV resin and things like that. So what I did is I did the same as last time. I put 5 ounces of mix to mold in my cup and I'm just going to add water until I like the consistency of it. Typically, if you do like, say I needed 4 ounces, which I know I'm going to have extra, but I like having extra of this because I like to make stuff with this stuff. Say I needed 4 ounces, I would put 5 ounces of the powder in here and then mix it to its consistency, and I think you will have the right amount. I probably only need 3, so I am mixing extra because I like to have extra mixed to mold. So I am just going to just stir it up, get to the bottom until you have it smooth. This little bit is fine if you don't put the water in first. I know a lot of people like to put water in first, but because they don't have good mixing instructions to measure, I don't do the water first because I don't know how much water I'm going to need. And it's not very hard. I'm only mixing up 5 ounces of it, so it's really not that big of a deal. Just make sure you get all the way to the bottom and get that stirred in because it is very thick down there. And then if you need to add more water, just add more water. If you added too much water, add a little more powder. You want it pouring consistency, but not too watery. I have really good luck with this product. I rarely have bubbles. I'm just going to add like 1 drip, maybe 2 drips. I hope I didn't just add too much. And then you can demold this after like 40 minutes, but I don't. I like to let it sit on my heat mat for a while after it gets solid. And then we can paint this up just like the last one we did was the elephant. It's probably a little too thin, but I already put my powder away. So I'm just gonna pour it like this. And you might have to wait longer for it to dry when you have, maybe I better get the powder out. I'm just gonna get it out and do it. So like I said, better do 1 drip at a time. And you gotta move a little quickly because you don't have a lot of time, seeing that it's gonna be set up in 40 minutes. You don't have a ton of time to be playing around. You can color this very easily. They have colors. You can use Resin-Crete colors, but I'm not going to do that because I want too many different colors in my mold. All right, I am going to get that piece of glitter out first. Hopefully I can undo this tape. I thought I saw a piece of glitter in here, right there. Oh, it might be in my silicone. Of course. Sure it would be. Okay, I'm just gonna pour this. If I have extra, I have a coaster mold out. And we're gonna jiggle it around and get it nice and bubble free. Oh wow, this one takes a lot less than my elephant did. So I will be having extras, many extras. I'm just going to pour it all the way so it has a nice flat back. I should have checked before. I have 2.5 ounces left. Just jiggle it and wiggle it and get all those bubbles. I don't see anything coming to the surface though. That looks pretty good. Here I took a coaster mold out. I don't want it sitting on anything lumpy. So we'll go ahead and pour a coaster because I just love coasters made out of this. That was what, 2.5 ounces, I think I said. That took almost all of it. That looks pretty good. I barely have anything left, enough for a keychain, so I'll go ahead and pour something with this, and then I will see you quickly. They are solid. They're ready to unmold. I had enough to do like one little keychain, or maybe I'll do something Christmassy. Look at that. No bubbles, you guys. No bubbles at all. Let's hope we got the same thing on these. One tiny one right there. That is it. And then this one. Come on. What do you think? Isn't it adorable? See the sprinkles on there? And then the wrap on the mug and the lid. All right, so I got my paints out. I think I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do here. And let me get this stuff out of the way. Yeah, I didn't pick out colors or anything. This one I think I'm going to turn Christmassy, and I'm actually going to be doing more of this style tomorrow on something else. But I think I'm going to paint them to go with some kind of Christmas theme. I don't know. I have a bunch of stickers here, and let me grab some colors and we'll get started. I've got some colors chosen, but before you do that, check your edges. If you need to sand anything down, just do that really quickly. It's really, really easy. It comes right off and smooths the edges down. And then make sure you wipe it clean before you start. I just use a nail file. You can use sandpaper, Dremel, whatever you have. And I think I'm going to use this side because that side has that one tiny little bubble. And then I'm just going to wipe it real quick, make sure it's dust free. These as well. I've done these already. So I chosen some colors, and they are acrylic paints. And this, we'll see how many coats I need. The other day when I used my markers first, it only needed one coat, but if I didn't use my markers first, then it needed a couple of coats. So we'll see how it does. I'll start with the small one and see how it does. So this is Shimmer Silver. These are metallic acrylic colors. I also have regular, but you can always coat it if you want shimmery. Get the Dragonfly glaze that I use all the time. And I got a cup of water here so I can, whoops, take the paint off my, see how light that is? Maybe I'll try to match it with my markers first, like I did the other day, because that worked out really well. Because I do not want to paint 10 times to get a good color on here. I wonder if it'll come off. Maybe I should try real quick before I finish this one. Before I let it dry, should I try? Yeah, that came off. I'm gonna go over these because it worked out so much better using my metallic markers first. I'll just let this one dry and then I'll go over it with the paints because that seemed to only take one coat. I don't have metallic for black, but I do have a marker. I want the lid black. I do have a paint for black, but like I said, going over this stuff with a marker works so much better. And these don't have to be Christmas. You can use these for whatever you want. It doesn't have the hook. I'm going to make it into an ornament. So if you know, like a coffee lover or somebody, or you yourself are. But it's got a perfect spot here for a name or a year. And then I'll go over it with the paint so you can see before I fast forward. If you get paint or marker on a place that you don't want, all I do is take my knife and scrape it right off. It's very forgiving. There's a lip here, that's what I'm trying to be really careful. So I don't have to scrape, but it looks like I'm gonna have to. See, I missed a spot. Okay, so I'll show you what I do. I'll just take a knife. And scrape down till you get back to the white. Now, Sharpie probably sunk in more than normal. I've never used a Sharpie on these before. I've used it on the markers, and you don't have to scrape too far, but this Sharpie is pretty potent, so it did go down a little farther than normal. There you go. And then I'm just gonna paint the rest of it. Oh, let me show you what it looks like to paint. So let me get this silver off. Then I'll speed it up. You guys don't want to sit here and watch me paint for an hour. But I do want to show you what it looks like going over the marker. This is the black, shimmer black, I think it's called. One coat. See that? That's all you need. So if you have markers, perfect. Otherwise, if you enjoy painting, don't put the marker on. I'm not one who loves to paint. I'm just gonna try to get under that lip. And I'll probably have to scrape again. So much better. That just gives it a nice little shine. See how perfect? I think that's the only black. Oh, and I got it on my hand, so now I got to scrape that part off. All right, like I said, I'll just go fast forward for you guys until I get them all done, and then we'll come back and put all the embellishments on. Okay, so time to catch you up. So I did a lot of painting, a lot of drying, and it didn't come out the colors I was going for. So the pink, these are the two colors I was going for the donut, but the marker that I put on first was so much darker. So I put like 3 coats of paint on to try to lighten up the marker. It didn't quite get there, but it's okay. And then I covered it with this. This says it's glitter acrylic paint. I got this at Walmart, but it's more like a glue glitter. So it wasn't crazy. It was bumpy when it was dry. So I took some UV resin and I just coated it with this little silicone brush. So I coated all of that and cured it. And then I decided to put a little tiny face on. So that is over the UV resin. And then 2024 is over the UV resin as well. So I'm going to coat it again with UV resin. And this one will be done other than putting the little thing on for the ornament. I did paint the back black. I'm not going to coat it or anything with UV resin. I just wanted to cover all the little markers that I had accidentally got on there. So I did paint that with oil base, so I need to let that dry completely, and then we will do that one. This one here, I did silver on both sides. I figured I would just do it dual-sided in case somebody uses it as a gift tag maybe. And then this one, this is so the marker was streaky, so I went over the paint like 2 or 3 times, and then I went over it with dragonfly glaze, this green, gold, and red shift. So that gives it that nice little shimmer shine. And then I made a mess on the back. So I did put 1 coat of green on the back, and I'll put a cork on there. So now I want to put the stickers on here. And I think I'm going to go for the reindeer, and then we'll do a coat of UV resin on them. So these are clear backed. Maybe some reindeer and some of those. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, let's go for the reindeer. That was my first choice. So I'm just gonna kind of use it like washi tape. Stick it on and cover it over. Come on, get off of here. And we'll put them at the bottom. Try not to get any wrinkles in it. That looks cute. And then we'll put a couple of snowflakes around it. And you could coat it with epoxy. You don't have to use UV resin. I'm just doing it because of the video. So, what do you think of that little thing? I wish there were smaller, maybe I'll do another one. Wish there were smaller snowflakes. Should I do another one? Or is that too much? Maybe that's too much. Usually odd numbers are the best. Okay, so that's that one. So this one, I'll just stick that here. Stuff on my, make sure your tray is clean or it will be unlevel. So this one I'm thinking, I'm not sure what I'm thinking. I was gonna just go through like that with the tape. Not sure. Well, I'll do one side like that. Whoops, let me grab some scissors. Of course, you have to top coat it again. And then, yeah, I think just that. And then maybe I'll do, I don't know. What do you think? Maybe we should do another tape? Which one did I do? The holly? Maybe the Christmas trees or these? Maybe I'll do these Christmas bulbs. We'll go this way. Is that straight? Pretty straight. Something simple. What do you think? I like that one going at an angle. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. And I need to top coat these again. Let me use my high viscosity because it's a little bit thicker. And I already have a coat on here, so also you want to wash it with alcohol before you do anything because my fingers were touching it. So I don't want any problems. So it's going to be thicker than normal because of that glitter. Otherwise I would not have put 2 layers of UV resin on there. One to hold it, one to spread it. I mean, it could be a keychain, but I guess for people who change purses for every season, or every week, or every day, you can use it for that too. So I'm going to do this front and back, and then I will do this on the top of the coaster, and then I may put some stones on that coaster on the edge too. We'll see what it looks like. So I will just give you a little fast forward. Sorry about all the fast forwarding, but these are taking a long time. Okay, so they're all done. Let me show you what they look like. So I did front and back, and then the side wasn't very good. So what I did was I took a large rhinestone and I went around the whole side because I didn't want to throw it away. So it's extra Christmassy, and I just put, you know, a keychain and a hook on there. So yeah, what do you think? You can't even see that it's tape on there underneath the UV resin, especially 2 coats of UV resin. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then this one is all blinged up. I absolutely love this. See the shimmer in there? I put from the Dragonfly glaze over the green. Absolutely love making coasters out of this mix to mold. And then I put a cork, so the cork covers basically the whole bottom. So I'm glad that the edge is green. So there's that extra. What do you think? I love it. I absolutely love that. And then this one, these are the hooks I knew I had. Let me show you one. This is what I wanted to put in here at the top. But the drill bit I had was not the correct one, and I did not want to wake Don up. I don't think he would appreciate that. So I did take another flat back clasp, bail, I should say. I'll clean those up later. And I glued it to the back again. But I did want to drill down in there and screw that in for the top. So everything's UV coated, everything's coated in, ain't coming off. And here's the back. So that can get a ribbon on there and hang on somebody's tree. So what do you think, guys? Not exactly the colors I was going for, but it came out pretty decent. All the sprinkles were done. Their cute little faces looking at each other. I'll get you some close-up pictures. I hope you enjoyed it today, and I will figure out something fun tomorrow, guys. I will see you then. Have a blessed night, everyone. Bye.